How's it going, beautiful and amazing people? This is Scott Takai, and today I'm going to be breaking down some cinematography techniques that I use in this jewelry commercial that I was the cinematographer for.
I'll take you away to where the sun shines so bright, you can stare at the stars.
So this is a fun project that I worked on in Laguna Beach about two young people falling in love, enjoying their love life, and then getting proposed to, and later revealing that the same couple, now older, renewed their vows. So lovey-dovey and romantic. So to start off, I had two Panasonic GH5Ss, one with a Sigma 50 to 100 as a handheld cam for close-ups, and the second on the Ronin S1 with the Sigma 18 to 35. At the time, I was still waiting for the RS2 to show up in the mail, and sadly, I didn't get it yet. So yeah. I used a Tiffin Black Pro Mist half filter so that the footage can look more soft and bloomy. And for those of you who don't know what the filter does, it gets rid of some of the digital sharpness that most cameras typically have. It softens the highlight roll-off, softens skin tones, and makes the highlights bloom, making it look more creamy. So when working on beauty type of content, this is really useful because it softens people's skin, which makes it look smoother, and it's really flattering on female faces. Next up is these dreamy looking shots. I used a prism that my friend Fidel let me use. We attached it to a articulating arm and attached it to the cage of the camera and adjusted it so that it was in front of the lens. When you have an object in front of your lens and your lens is shooting really shallow, it gives a really interesting look to the footage, and since it was a prism, it gave these diamondy, sparkly type of effects, which was meant to give the footage a dreamier look. So pairing the Black Pro Mist and this prism together was a pretty cool combo. So this next setup is my favorite one. We used a DIY diffusion silk placed above their heads for this scene so that the lighting would be nice and soft as opposed to harsh and direct, especially since we were shooting in midday sun at this point and the lighting would have looked really awful, so having a big diffuser over them helps with softening up the harsh sunlight. Then to try and add some extra punch to it, I would have the lighting team stand off to the side with bounce boards so that the back of the talent's head would get a little extra kick for a backlight. It's not extremely noticeable, but it's also a really nice touch. And if you want to see a video where I talk about this DIY silk in more detail, check out the video right here. Last setup are these magic hour shots, and actually I lied. This is actually my favorite setup because how everything went into this setup was just perfection. And honestly, who doesn't love good magic hour shots? Like, it's the little things in life. Even though the sunlight from magic hour looks beautiful, the one thing that's not beautiful are harsh shadows. And since the sun is a harsh light source, you're going to get harsh shadows on the fill side of your talent's face. So what I did was I had the lighting team use a bounce board to reflect the harsh sun back to the talent and either fill in or just flatten the fill side of their face so that we can maintain the high key look of the commercial. Magic hour shots are perfect for this type of setup because the sun is positioned more horizontally as opposed to directly above. So all you have to do is stand on the opposite side of the talent and the light on the key side will very easily bounce back to the fill side. What fill side means is the shadow side of the face right here. So my light over here, lighting my face right here, that's a key. And on the opposite side of the face, this would be the fill side. The fill side is typically the side that has some shadow on it. For these shots right here, we wanted to have the sun in the background so that it gives some really nice lens flares, but the thing that didn't really look as nice is that the talent's face were too silhouetted. So what I did is I used the harsh side of a reflector and reflected the direct sunlight back to the shadow side of the talent. If you used a white side of it, the lighting is going to look way too subtle for it to actually register as working because we're looking directly into the sun. And because I'm exposing a little bit more for the sun, it's going to make the talent really dark. So you want pretty much as much light as possible in order to have any sort of effect with the reflector. So using the harsh side of the reflector and reflecting it onto the fill side of the actors, because we're fighting with the sun, it actually registers a little bit more as a soft light. So that's the video for today, guys. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more filmmaking related content, and have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.